I'm telling you, boy, you ain't got a chance without dough. You take it all away from you.
For your own trouble, Will.
Well, before I, nothing but a man and life as an actor, I was a male nurse, and I worked at that private duty nursing. I was in the Army for 8 years, boxing, musician, and general all-around guy living, raised in Philadelphia, street kid. Got in a little problems every now and then. But it basically, I wasn't a thug. I had a pretty loving home. My mother and I, we lived together. She was a beautiful lady. Then 8 years in the Army was like going to college. And then when I came out of the service, I had nothing. I couldn't find a job, so I became an orderly in a hospital in Philadelphia. And when it opened up that I could become a licensed vocational nurse, I became one of those, and that's when I started really doing private duty and making a living. And I left Philadelphia and came to New York in pursuit of more money and work. Well, I lived in the village, and I was doing nursing, private duty nursing. But I used to hang out at a place called Riviera at West Fulton, 7th Avenue, I think it was. Yeah, I was there. And Yaphet and Chuck and all those guys, James Earl and everybody else, hung out there, used to come in for beers. And I used to give them a hard way to go because I was working as a nurse, making money, and they were always broke. And I'd buy them a beer. I say, see, you bums you call yourself actors? You're not actors. You can't even buy yourself a 15-cent beer. I could do this stuff with my arms tied behind my back. That's me bragging. And Chuck called my bluff when he made me go and see you guys on the interview. But I figured, well, I'll get out of it. I've never acted before. When you and Bob see me, you'll say, hey, you're not an actor. We need an actor for this role, and I'm out of the game. Which has made me happy, but you put your finger out and you say, you're it. And I said, okay. I didn't say okay then. Well, to play the part of the father in Nothing But a Man changed my life. It opened my eyes. It made me realize that here's a man. There's 1,000 of them, millions, there's a whole bunch of us running around, lost, maimed, drunks, no family ties, nowhere to go, disillusioned. Because I saw it every day on the streets of Philadelphia and in New York, so I was able to mimic some of what was happening with Will. And then listening to you and to Ivan and to all the rest of the people who in turn helped me find my character. It also gave me an inner pride that I could bring this character to life. Because he was the type of man that had never been seen on screen. Black man, that is. And I guess it became a classic, and I'm very proud of that. I went to a point that, hey, Julius, watch yourself. The character that you're playing, could be you. Watch yourself. Don't let yourself go down because of bitterness, because of lumps in the road that you have had. Hey, you get over those bumps. You get past the other problems. And you wake up in the morning and you say, hey, man, I'm still here. Will couldn't do that. And that's why I wanted to show the character that way, that it was the only out he had. So don't be like him. Find love. Find family. You don't find it in a bottle. You don't find it in a needle. You don't find it in drugs and the whole bit. You find it within your soul. I met Malcolm X on the street. He came up to me and he said, I want to let you know that. He told me to introduce himself, and I introduced myself, which was kind of made me feel good in a sense. And he told me, said that he loved nothing but a man. And I thanked him, and that was it. But we never got any further than that. But he did appreciate it. In fact, every person that I've ever, black person that I've ever met down through the years who have seen nothing but a man, dug it. Still do, even which to this day. You know, I had a young lady see me today sitting outside, and she said, "You were Will Anderson and nothing but a man." I said, "Yeah." This is a young lady. She said, "I remember that because," and a few other things she had seen me in.